Eric, Jen, thanks so much for taking time out of your day before you hit the road and chatting with us. Appreciate it.
Oh,
so
great to see you.
You're about to go bike packing. So for people who don't know, what is bike packing?
We're actually en route bike packing. We left from our house and we packed everything that we need to have an overnight in the woods.
So that's the packing part of the bike packing experience. You're putting, sleeping bags, tents, anything you might need on the road for a longer tour. This tour, the Logdriver's Waltz, 800 kilometers.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to be a few nights of sleep. I wonder you're looking at Renfrew, Carleton Place, Gracefield, coming through Wakefield.
Yeah.
Why did you guys put this together? What was the purpose of it?
Well, really to showcase the Ottawa Valley and the Gatineau Valley, so Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec, an area that we grew up in, an area that we love, and an area that we've done a lot of exploration in. And we just really wanted to share some of the things that we had discovered over the years with other people. So it's kind of like a guidebook.
Yeah, it's kind of like having a local guide sort of walk you through the highlights that we have in the valley. Who are the people who are doing this?
Taking people back off of the beaten path, off of the roads, and onto the back roads, onto the trails, some remote areas that are not so far from the nation's capital.
It's not a race. Some people have tried to do the 800 kilometers. I know the fastest just recently was 2 days, but it's not a race. People are encouraged to just take in all the sights and sounds. Who are the people who are doing, what's the spectrum of people who are calling you up and saying, I did this route?
So there's two aspects. I mean, there's the challenge of riding it, and then there's the scenery. And I mean, we all combine them in different levels. Some people it's more the challenge, some people it's more the scenery, but everybody talks about the scenery and everybody talks about the challenge. So that's, I think that's, you approach it, we say challenge by choice. If you want to try to ride it in 3 days, fill your boots. If you would like to swim in every lake, and there was one fellow, John, swam in every lake, that's another option.
That could be your entire summer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's an invitation for adventure of your making, under your power, and taking it at your speed to enjoy it the most.
It's like you describe this as having like a local guide to the sights and sounds of an area. I know we have a family from Holland that just moved here, called you guys up, said we're going to use it. This is going to be our first tourist thing in Canada, is taking a tour of this. I wonder, tell me about the aspect of this, which is like, are you trying to get people into the sport that haven't previously been exposed to it, or is that part of it?
Our Logdriver's Waltz started out as creating a route, and it's turned into kind of a social project.
In the spring, we did a couple of rallies where instead of on a grand depart, everybody leaves and then just takes off and they never see each other again. And then in a rally, you start at the same spot and then you camp together at the end of the day. So
a lot more of a social.
A lot more social.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason we did it was because people came with a variety of experience and comfort, and so there was a lot of talk and asking and mentoring people about, okay, this is what you might want to bring, and that sort of thing.
Okay, so speaking of that, how do you do that? If you've never done a bike packing trip in your life, just give me the Coles Notes version of what you need to know when you're packing that bike for a trip like this.
Well,
what do you guys have here?
You need some spare clothes. Because the weather could change. Plus,
in a watertight bag, I see.
Yeah. So generally, you want to waterproof your keep things waterproof, because you don't know what's going to happen with the weather, or you could drop your bike in a puddle like I did the other day. And so, so yes, in a waterproof bag, spare clothes. You want to bring some food, some spare tools. Maybe your phone. I have a tent up here.
You've got the tent up here. I understand you've got the tent poles down there. You showed me earlier you've got a ton of sandwiches in there, so don't skip out on food.
Because they'll fall out again. But yeah.
And the other important aspect I think you were mentioning was keeping your electronics. You need to call someone, you need to get in touch, keeping them dry. You've got them in some sort of spice bag, a Ziploc bag there for your phone.
Yeah, I have my wallet in a spice bag, and we have you have to be able to charge your electronics up. We've got a GPS unit that shows our route.
And that's also, so you're tracking the route that you have established for this on your GPS unit.
Yeah, I'm tracking it, and it's showing me where the route is. Right. So
let me ask you this, because you've each done this route a number of times, the 800K. Yeah. So you're embarking just on a section of it today. What is the one thing, pitch it to me, what's the one thing that stands out for you that you thought, oh wow, this is why we do this?
To me, it's freedom on two wheels, to be completely self-sufficient and being able to ride in these beautiful back roads and trails is heaven. It's freedom of a very special...
And for you, what's the one thing that really
coffee shops. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's you just want to get to some place and have a little kick back, put your feet up, and have a sweet and a coffee. I mean, so there's aspects of that. It depends on the day. Yeah.
Well, I won't take up more of your time. I know you have 100 kilometers ahead of you today, and it's already past noon. So thanks so much for taking some time out of your route to come chat with us, and I wish you some good weather.
Oh, it's
thanks
such
a lot.
A gorgeous
You too.
day.
Okay.
Thanks.
Take care.